Hello, my name is Walter Stone, and this lesson is about problem solving with decimals. In this example, we have that Lance's car travels 243.2 miles on 16 gallons of gas. In part A, we want to answer the question, how many miles per gallon does his car get? And in part B, we want to ask how many gallons of gasoline would he use if he drove 380 miles. So in the first problem, we want to know how many miles per 1 gallon, and that's called a unit rate. And one thing I can do is I can divide the number of miles he drove over the number of gallons used, because this will give us miles per gallon. So if I do that, I'm going to divide 16 into 243.2. What I see is that 16 divides 24 once with a remainder of 8. 16 divides 83 5 times, and 5 times 16 is 80, so I get a remainder of 3, and I bring down the 2, and 16 times 2 is 32. I float the decimal point up to give me tenths, so this will be 15.2 miles per gallon. So once again, I divided the number of miles by the number of gallons needed, and that gives me a unit rate of 15.2 miles per gallon. In part B, we're asked how many gallons of gasoline would he use if he drove 380 miles. Well, what I can do is I can divide 380 by the 15.2 and get the number of gallons. Because if I take miles divided by miles per gallon, I can do some unit analysis here. This will be miles times gallon over miles. It's like dividing fractions. And the miles will cancel, and that will give me the number of gallons. So what I need to do is I need to take that 380 miles and divide it by the 15.2 miles per gallon. So I need to multiply both sides by 10, or the divisor by 10. I multiply the dividend by 10, and I move the decimal place, or I move the decimal place just once. Okay? So when I do that, 380 divided by 152 is 2. 2 times 152 gives me 304. So I have 76. I bring down a 0, and this time if I take 5 times 152, that's 760, so I get a 0 remainder. That tells me that I can drive, or Lance can drive, Lance will actually need, 25 gallons of gasoline to travel 380 miles. So 25 gallons of gasoline will be needed. So what I did was I took that 380 miles and I divided by 15.2, and it turned out that we get 25 gallons of gasoline that are needed. Now it's time for you to try a couple problems. I'll let you have some time, pause the video, and when you restart the video, I will come back and I will show you my solutions and see if we match in our thinking. Okay, so here we have that Andrea's car payment is $303.12 per month. The loan is for 60 months. So how much did she pay in total for the car? So if she took the $303.12 and multiplied by 60, the term of the loan, that would give us the total amount of the loan. So if we take $303.12 and we multiply that by 60, 6 times 2 is 12, 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7, 6 times 3 is 18, 6 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1, 6 times 3 is 18 again. So let me just check my work. That would be 18,000. I need to have 2 decimal places because I have 2 decimal places in $303.12. So it looks like what she spent in total on the loan is $18,187.20. So now the second question you had was, if the original price of the car Andrea bought is $14,297.15, how much would she save if she paid by cash? Well, what we can do is we can subtract the $14,297.15 from the amount that she paid on the loan. So we can take that $18,187.20 and subtract $14,297.15. So doing that subtraction will help us solve this problem. So 20 cents minus 15 cents, that's going to be 5 cents. 7 minus 7 is 0. We're going to have to do some renaming. 18 minus 9 is 9. 10 minus 2 is 8. 7 minus 4 is 3. 1 minus 1 is 0. So if she paid in cash, she would have saved $3,890.05. How did you do with that problem? Take a look at my steps, compare them to your steps, revise your work if you need to. Okay? Here's another example of using decimals when solving problems. Joyce bought 2 hardcover books at a swap meet for $1.95. She also bought 3 pairs of jeans for $19.95 each and a set of sheets for $12.95. How much money did she spend at the swap meet? Well, she bought 2 items, the 2 books, each cost $1.95. She also bought 3 pairs of jeans, so she bought 3 of those items, their jeans, for $19.95. And she also bought a set of sheets for $12.95. So it looks like she spent about $2 for the books. It looks like she spent about $60, that's like 3 times $20. Looks like she spent about $60 on the jeans. And it looks like she spent about $13 on the sheets. So it looks like approximately $75. Oh, it should be, this should be $4. Sorry, 2 times $2 is $4. So what we can do is, so 2 hardcover books at $1.95 each, that's about $2. So $64, $74, $77. Okay, so I'm just rounding and estimating just to kind of see what my answer should turn out to be like, and then we can do the exact computations. What we need to do by the order of operations is we need to do this multiplication first and then do the addition afterward. So one thing I need to do is I need to take $1.95 times 2. So I'm going to multiply that by 2. So I get 10, 19. So I get $3.90 for the 2 hardcover books. I want to take what I then want to take is I want to take the $19.95 times 3. 5 times 3 is 15. 9 times 3 is 27, so I'll have 28. 9 times 3 is 27 plus 2 is 29. 1 times 3 is 3 plus 2 is 5. So that second amount, the amount for the jeans, is going to be $59.85, and then we'll add the $12.95. So we're taking $3.90 plus a $59.85 plus the $12.95. So we'll have 10. So 18 and 9 is 27. We'll have 11, 12, 9 plus 2 is 11, plus 3 is 14, plus 2 is 16, and then we'll have 7. So we'll have $76.70, and that's the exact amount we would pay. And that's very close to the $77. So I know that I did this right by checking my work along the way. Okay? So here is an example for you to try. Pause the video, and then when you're done solving the problem, you can watch my solution and we can check our work with each other. So Levi bought 2 pairs of chinos while shopping for clothes for $22.50 each. So we have to take 2 times the $22.50. And then he bought a pair of jeans for $43.97. And he bought 4 shirts, and each of those shirts cost $8.88 each. So we need to take 2 times the $22.50 plus 4 times the $8.88, and then add the $43.97 to that. So we need to do the multiplication first. So $22.50 times 2 is $45. Then $8.88 times 4, that's just $8.88. Sorry about that. $8.88 times 4. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 4 is 32 plus 3 more is 35. 8 times 4 is 32 plus 3 is 35. So that will be $35.52. So, and then we would add the $43.97. So we have $22.50 plus the $35.52 plus the $43.97. Oh, that should be $45 because I multiplied by 2. I did all that work, right? I needed to multiply the $22.50 by 2 to get the $45. Then I took the 888 times 4 to get the $35.52. And I need to then add that $43.97. So when I add these, I get $124.49. Okay? So hopefully our work matched up in the end, and you were able to find the same answer that I had, the $124.49. And the big idea here is that we have to do order of operations many times for these problems, so knowing when to multiply first and then add the numbers. Okay? So keep working on these types of problems and keep practicing, and I look forward to seeing you in class.